and welcome to the 10th and final episode of the NEWMAC News for the 2015-16 academic year. I'm Hannah McEachran.
And I'm Bailey Kennedy. Thanks for joining us.
Many of our institutions have completed final exams, conducted graduation ceremonies, and are settling down for the summer. But before we sign off, we have one more championship season to highlight and some inspiring athletes to introduce to you.
That's right, Hannah. Today, we will feature teams and individual student athletes who have participated in special events to help make a difference in the lives of others. So let's get started.
Coast Guard women's basketball standout, Tori Sutherland, finished her college career with over 1,000 points and almost 800 rebounds. Impressive, right? While off the court, Tori was able to travel to Alaska and participate in the Model Arctic Council, which engages students in a collaborative learning environment to expand their knowledge of the challenges and concerns in the Arctic. Tori was one of 65 students from one of 13 nations that presented their findings to scientists and government officials in Fairbanks this year. Equally as impressive.
Now let's check in at Wheaton and talk with field hockey player Olivia Paparikos and women's basketball player Bridget Nicholson to hear about their experiences working with sports psychologists in the Best Buddies program.
Hi, my name's Olivia. I'm a senior here at Wheaton. I play field hockey. So last summer I worked with Stu Singer in his business Well Performance. We worked together writing an ebook and editing it. So I worked with him weekly. We'd read through it. We'd talk about different strategies and kind of apply it to my life, to his life, and try to understand how we could help athletes improve their mental game.
Do you feel sports psychology is valuable to student athletes?
Yeah, I think it's incredibly valuable. I think, a lot of times we focus on training our bodies to not get injured, but it's equally as important and valuable to train your mind. A lot of times people get in slumps, they get mentally challenged, it's hard to compete in games when you're tired, and sports psychology is incredibly helpful to battle through those things and to kind of come out on top. So one thing I found really interesting working with Stu this summer was we talked about your best self visualization, which is kind of picking a few words that characterize you as an athlete on the field, and when you feel like you're shaken, you make a mistake, to try to ground yourself in those words and tell yourself, you are confident, you feel energetic, and just things like that help ground you when things go wrong. And I found that could be really useful and really applicable to a lot of settings and a lot of different things.
Hi, I'm Bridget Nicholson. I'm a junior at Wheaton College and I'm on the women's basketball team. So on campus there's a Best Buddies Club, and it's an organization where we work with individuals that have disabilities. We meet once a month in sort of a themed atmosphere. We play kickball, softball, volleyball. We always have dance parties, sing-offs. It's just a great way to make friendships and a great way to kind of give back to individuals that don't really have the opportunities that you necessarily have. It's really taught me that just a single friendship is more important than pretty much anything else. The ability to positively impact someone's life in such a meaningful way is something that I found really special and important, and it has led me to want to be a special education teacher in the future. So being a part of Best Buddies has really helped to sort of guide me in my future career.
What would you tell other student athletes looking to get involved with Best Buddies?
Usually when I'm asked that question, I immediately ask, why would you not? It's one day in a month where you play fun activities with a group of people who love life, do anything for anyone else, and it does not only just benefit them, but it benefits almost you in a greater way.
Keeping with our theme, the Babson men's soccer team participated in the MS Walk of Boston in April for the 5th straight year. The team raised just over $8,000, bringing their 5-year total to more than $40,000.
We also had the WPI men's basketball team complete their 14th year serving in the Big Brothers Big Sisters program throughout the Elm Park Community School. The team held their annual field day at WPI, where the kids are able to participate in sports, arts, and crafts and tour the campus.
There's nothing better than springtime in Boston, and this year marked the 120th Boston Marathon. Being selected as a participant has become harder in recent years, but Wellesley College managed to lock in 2 runners from the athletics department. Field hockey athlete Ariel Metropolis ran for the American Liver Foundation for the 2nd year in a row and was featured on the marathon banners lining the course this year. Also making the cut was assistant softball coach Ashley Bess, who ran for Dana-Farber and raised $6,500. Both Ariel and Ashley had their group of Wellesley fans cheering them on as they ran through the Scream Tunnel, a traditional halfway marker of the marathon that goes through campus.
Wow, NEWMAC has so many teams and athletes extending their talents from the classroom to the field. and out into the community as well.
The Scream Tunnel looks like a lot of fun too. I heard runners can hear the cheering a mile or so away before they actually get there.
We would like to thank our sponsors at All Worldwide Travel for helping us with our travel needs, and Athletic Link for assisting our members with online services during the hiring process.
The conference spring season ended a few weeks ago with great championship performances, repeat winners, and several bids to the NCAA tournament.
Our spring championship season started with WPI hosting rowing on April 23rd at Lake Quinsigamond. Wellesley Blue won the championship for their 6th year in a row, sweeping all 4 races of the day. Their NEWMAC title automatically qualified them to the NCAA tournament in Sacramento, California this month.
The following weekend, we headed to the Coast Guard Academy where MIT men's and women's track and field teams dominated the event as they captured their 16th and 8th conference titles respectively.
May 7th and 8th marked the final spring championship weekend for the NEWMAC. MIT's men's tennis team won the right to host the weekend as the number 1 seed, with Babson, Coast Guard, and Springfield making the drive to Cambridge for the semifinals. The final match between MIT and Babson was well fought, with MIT remaining unbeaten in conference history for their 18th straight title.
For men's lacrosse, we headed out to Springfield where the Pride took top honors as NEWMAC champion and the automatic qualifier to the NCAA tournament. Back in the East at College Park, Babson and Springfield women's lacrosse battled it out with a back-and-forth game that ended with Springfield earning their 3rd conference title in 5 years. Both teams played competitive semifinal matches with MIT and Wheaton respectively. Springfield represented the conference as the automatic qualifier in the NCAA tournament and advanced to the Sweet 16.
The baseball semifinal bracket included WPI, Wheaton, Babson, and MIT. Wheaton recorded the victory in Saturday's game, earning the AQ and being the sole NEWMAC institution at the NCAA tournament. It was an exciting tournament for softball, with MIT and WPI ending in an extra inning showdown after some weather delays. WPI won the conference title in the 8th inning with a 1-0 victory. WPI collected the AQ to the NCAA tournament, with MIT receiving an at-large bid.
It sounds like it was a fantastic championship season.
Absolutely, great competition on the fields.
We also had some teams show great camaraderie and sportsmanship this season. During their tournament rain delay, Wellesley and MIT softball started an impromptu dance-off with high energy and even one of the coaches getting in on the action.
That's right, Hannah, which is why our final Superfan Award of the year goes to the Wellesley and MIT softball teams for their great display of support of each other while providing some entertainment for their fans.
A great way to end the season.
Before we close out our show for the year, we want to make sure you check out the NEWMAC website at 12 p.m. on June 7th for a big announcement by the conference office. You won't be disappointed.
Thanks for joining us. We'll be back in September. I'm Hannah McEachran.
And I'm Bailey Kennedy. We'll see you next year.